girl that was at home dying. Everyone knew Jesus could heal people.
So Jesus went to his house?
Jesus started to go, but something else happened. Jesus stopped and asked, "Who touched me?" Well, Jesus felt power going from him. There was a woman who had been bleeding for many, many years. She thought, if I just touch his robe, I will be healed. She was healed. She felt it. Jesus told her, "Your faith has made you well."
Look, someone is coming to Jairus.
Jairus looked sad.
Yes, Jairus got the news. His daughter had already died.
I bet Jairus felt frustrated that Jesus stopped with the lady. That meant Jesus didn't get there in time to help his little girl.
Oh, but God's timing is always perfect, even when it doesn't look like it. Jesus told Jairus to have faith.
That would be tough after losing his little girl.
Oh my, yes. Jesus went with Jairus to the house. When they arrived at the house, people were sitting outside wailing and crying. And Jesus said, "Stop that. She is not dead. She's asleep." Well, they laughed at him because they knew she was dead.
Then Jesus went in the house where the little girl lay dead?
Exactly. Jesus went to the little girl, took her hand, and said, "Get up, little girl." And the life came back into her face, her color came back, and she sat up.
I bet her mom and dad were excited.
You know, it's hard to understand why people killed Jesus. He was always teaching and healing.
Was it made people angry?
Oh, it was the Jewish rulers who decided Jesus should die.
But he helped everyone and healed people.
Well, what else was Jesus doing besides healing?
Teaching? What's wrong with teaching?
Ah, but it's what he said that really upset them. Here's what Jesus said. "I come from the Father. I do his work. You don't believe me because you do not belong to God."
The Jews thought they were God's special people.
There's more. Jesus said, "Your father is the devil. He is a liar and the father of lies." The Jews yelled back, "Our father is Abraham."
I bet they were really mad then.
Jesus said, "Before Abraham was born, I am." Jesus used the name God had called himself when he talked to Moses.
Whoa!
And the Jews were so angry, they picked up stones to throw to kill him. But Jesus got away.
Wow, that was close, but that was just a few Jews. It wasn't enough to make them all want to crucify him.
Well, sweetie, it didn't just happen once. Another time, all the religious leaders crowded around as Jesus was teaching in the temple area. They said to Jesus, "Well, if you are the Messiah, why don't you just say so?"
So did he tell them?
Jesus said, "The miracles I do show who I am. The Father and I are one and the same." They were going to pick up stones to throw at him to kill him, but they stopped when Jesus said, "I have shown you many miracles. Which of these are you stoning me for?" The Jews answered, "We're not stoning you because of that. We are stoning you because you are just a man, but you claim you are God."
What happened?
In the confusion, Jesus escaped into the crowd.
That was another close call, but later they did kill him.
Yes, they arrested him. They gave him a trial that was so unfair. They beat him. Then they got the Romans to crucify him.
What about his disciples?
Oh, you can imagine. They were horrified at all that happened to Jesus. Think about it. Seeing him die with nails in his hands and feet. The soldiers even thrust a spear right into his side to prove he was dead.
What did the disciples do after that?
Oh, they were locking themselves in their house. They were terrified that the Jews would come and get them next.
I thought they took his body off the cross.
Well, yes. Nicodemus and Joseph of Arimathea were Jewish leaders that did not agree with the Jews. They took Jesus off the cross and wrapped his body in linen strips. Joseph used his own new tomb that was nearby. Nicodemus had brought some spices to put on the body, and some of the women were there watching. But they had to quit when it got late in the day, so they closed the stone over the tomb. And
They rolled a big stone in front of the doorway.
Yes.
That must have been so sad to bury Jesus. I think the women must have been sitting there crying.
They thought that was the end of it. They had expected Jesus to be king. Now they were burying his body.
They didn't know that God was going to. They didn't know what God was going to do next.
Ah, but the religious leaders had an idea of what to do next. They went to Pilate, the Roman ruler. They said, that Jesus fellow said he would rise again in 3 days.
They knew that Jesus had said about rising again.
Oh, yes. That's why they asked Pilate to have some guards at the tomb. They thought his disciples would come and steal the body and say he rose from the dead. How silly. Why, the disciples were sad that Jesus was dead. They were hiding in their houses with the doors locked because they were so afraid.
Locking up the tomb wouldn't keep Jesus from coming out.
Oh, no. But the guards were there by the tomb day and night. On the 3rd day, just about sunrise, there was an earthquake. An angel came down from heaven and rolled back the stone and stayed there by the tomb. The guards were so frightened, they fell down and just lay there staring at the angel. Along came some women. They wondered who was going to roll the stone away, but they found the tomb empty.
The angel was there.
Ah, yes, and they were frightened when they saw the angel. But the angel said, "Fear not."
Fear not. That's what they always say. I guess it would be pretty scary to see an angel.
Well, I'm sure of that. The angel said, "You are looking for Jesus who was crucified. He is not here. He has risen just as he said. Come see the place where he lay." The angel told the women, "Go quickly and tell his disciples."
Then the woman ran off.
Trembling, they ran off. They ran to find the disciples. The guards ran off too.
Where did they go?
You know, most people don't know this part of the story, but it's a very important part to know. The guards went back to the religious leaders. They told them what had happened at the tomb.
Didn't the religious leaders believe the guards?
They paid the guards to tell people that the disciples had stolen the